James Michael Shoberg, founder of Rage of the Stage. Aside from founder, you do actually have many titles with Rage of the Stage.
Yes, I'm the co-executive producer.
Yes?
I am the artistic director, and I'm the resident playwright.
Do you have this all on one business card?
I most certainly do. First and foremost, I would say that we are an educational theater company. We also are unique in Pittsburgh as a fringe theater company because, well, we call ourselves a tassel theater company because we're on the edge of fringe, literally.
What makes Rage a tassel theater company?
We do things that no one else wants to do. And a lot of people don't know that we've been around we're going into our 13th season now, our big 13th season.
And congratulations on that. So it may be things that people don't want to do, but clearly it's things that people want to see. Or maybe a certain group of people. Do you feel that Rage has achieved a niche market in Pittsburgh?
I absolutely do. We have a cult following, and it's funny because we look at our audiences, and we could have someone's 70-year-old grandmother sitting next to a young 25-year-old guy who's wrapped in latex with a pink mohawk. I can actually say I'm rather proud of how many armchair Joes we've gotten, Pittsburgh guys, who have been drugged kicking and screaming by their wives because they don't want to see theater. They come, and usually if we can get their butts in the seats just one time, it's like watching a movie. We try to put movie quality entertainment on stage, elaborate makeup and costumes. When we're doing all these things, we can bring Pittsburgh something that they haven't necessarily seen before, something really, really unique. When I do any of these adaptations, I am sure to include a lot of the original text, a lot of the original story, because I want to see how clever I can be. I don't want to think outside the box. I want to be trapped in the box, and I want to see what I can MacGyver, what I can do within the confines of that. And so it's just, not only is it that I like the material, but I also want to see where I can take it that's different, something people haven't necessarily seen before, something that they can relate to, but at the same time it catches them off guard.
And that avenue always seems to be a dark one. Is it that you're a dark, twisted individual, or, is that just sort of the fit of kind of Rage's mission these days?
Rage's mission spawned from the fact that I'm a rather dark individual, so I will not lie and try to paint myself in a different perspective. I like dark stuff.
Yeah. Well, we should mention that we're having the interview this evening at the South Park Theater.
Yes, where we are currently stationed.
South Park. And you've done a number of shows here in this space, yes?
Yes, this will be our third production here, actually.
And that will be Dorian Gray, which is coming up very soon.
The Picture of Dorian Gray is my baby. I told Rage, I said, we're going in 13 years. I have given you guys, I've made you monsters. I've made you freaks, psychos. You guys have gotten to make out. You've gotten all these crazy plays. I've given you all of this. I've asked for nothing. This is my dream project. I said, give me this and we can go right back to the insane stuff. No problem. I'll be a happy man. I had met a young actor who has been with us since our show, The Hamiltons. He was one of the leads, and a very handsome young man, very kind. He's an excellent actor, Mr. Vincent Anthony Bombara. And so I just seeing him, I said, now's my chance. I have to do Dorian Gray with him because he is ideal. He had all the qualities, and finding Dorian Gray is not easy because they have to have the whole package. The particular thing, though, about this story is it really speaks to Rage in that a lot of people don't know there are actually two versions of Dorian Gray. When it was first written, it was written for Lippincott's magazine, and it was only 13 chapters long, and it included a lot of homosexual references and what at the time was considered very lewd and inappropriate. A lot of people called for Oscar Wilde's head, and it had been edited without his knowledge, even a little bit, for the magazine. Later on in years, at his trial for indecency, the novel was used against him as evidence to send him to prison for a hard time for 2 years. And that speaks to Rage in that I had mentioned that we sort of consider ourselves to be the black sheep of the Pittsburgh theater community. And it takes a lot to offend me. And just thinking that they used someone's art and everything they poured from themselves into this book, and there are a lot of references in it that directly relate to Oscar Wilde's experiences and his life. It was almost a confession of how he felt, and them using that to send him to prison was very I found that to be appalling. And so I decided what I wanted to do was I wanted to do a stage adaptation of the novel, but I went back and I took both novels and I melded them together. So I put all of the original references and things that he had put in, that he wanted to be there, I put them into this, and yet I kept the 20-chapter version because it was fleshed out with more characters and it was just more colorful. And I would like to believe, I'm presumptuous enough to believe that this is the way that Oscar Wilde would like to have seen this show. We have spectacular costumes. Our designer, Beth Sherry, who is doing all of our costumes, she actually worked for Cirque du Soleil. Our version of putting the Rage spin on it is we're doing it visually in what's called the steampunk style, sort of science fiction as seen from the Victorian age, based on Victorian technology. And so I really think that the audience is in for a treat. It's going to be quite a spectacle. We have brilliant actors. This is one of my favorite casts I've ever worked with. Dorian Gray has its world premiere on October 18th. And it runs until November 2nd.
And that is right here at South Park Theater.
Right here at South Park Theater,
Excellent.
Yes. Exactly. I think I would probably be arrested for indecency before I was arrested for committing, bank robbery or anything like that. It would probably be.
That brings me to the topic of the future. What's next for Rage after Dorian Gray?
Our spring production that we're now currently planning is called Nancy Nightmare's F***ed Up Fairy Tale.
And that'll be for the spring.
That will be for the spring, yes.
Very nice. Things will be in bloom.
Exactly. We'll do it around Easter. I told him, I said, we do Saturday night shows. You come, allow me to sing for you, and then you can go to church the next morning and be absolved.
Halloween, I would guess, is a very special holiday for you. You're not always at the same performance.
No, we try to be for as long as we can, but it's a matter of budget.
And when they come with the pitchforks and torches, maybe we
move from town to town, we really do. But it still lacked
perversion, which is what we took over.
We contributed to Pittsburgh's culture. Now it's back to dick and fart jokes.